And welcome to our news coming to you from Canal Algérie. First, the top stories of the news. France has held Algeria responsible for the suspension of exemptions relating to diplomatic and service passport holders, a move deemed as a lie by the Foreign Affairs Ministry, cited by the Algerian news agency. A call for a general mobilization in France on September the 10th is launched to denounce the government's restrictions and other social troubles. And a fresh boom for the energy sector with new major project launched in the southern province of Algérie. Welcome once again. Those were the top stories, and now the news in full. The French Ministry for Europe and Foreign Affairs attributed the suspension of the French-Algerian agreement relating to diplomatic and service passport holders to Algeria, a mere lie for the Algerian Foreign Affairs Ministry, as cited by the Algerian news agency, stating that this first move was made by France and Algeria followed suit within the principle of reciprocity. More details in the following report. On August 19th, the French Ministry for Europe and Foreign Affairs published in the official Gazette of the French Republic a notice regarding the suspension of the 2013 Algerian-French agreement on visa exemptions for holders of diplomatic and service passports. The notice attributes responsibility for the suspension to Algeria, alleging that the country ceased implementing the agreement as of May 11th, 2025. Questioned on the matter, a source at the Algerian Ministry of Foreign Affairs firmly rejected the French claim, stressing to the Algerian news agency that the restrictions on Algerian diplomatic and service passport holders had in fact been introduced unilaterally by France as early as last February. The same source recalled that these restrictions were denounced by Algeria in an official communique from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs dated February 26, 2025. The first such incident occurred on February 13, 2025, when a holder of an Algerian diplomatic passport was barred from entering French territory, followed by a second case on February 26. As noted in the February statements, both cases prompted official requests for clarification from the French authorities. In this matter, the French side's bad faith is evident. It was France that first violated the agreement, and the Algerian response was merely the application of reciprocal measures in strict adherence to the principle of reciprocity, the source underlined. The ministry official concluded by affirming that for Algeria the issue is now definitively closed following its formal notification of August 7th of the denunciation of the 2013 Algerian-French agreement on visa exemptions for diplomatic and service passport holders. And a call to action is spreading online in France ahead of the September the 10th, sparked by fresh austerity plans. What began on social media could soon take to the street, echoing the yellow vests unrest. More details with both Afaf Belhouchet and Melissa Leila Balaman.
As September 10th approaches, a rallying cry spreading across social media in France is already making the government uneasy.
Le 10 septembre, ensemble, bloquons tout.
The call emerged in the wake of François Bayrou's announcements on the 2026 budget, cuts to public services, the elimination of 1 in 3 civil servant positions, and, most controversially, the scrapping of 2 public holidays.
Nous devons contenir l'accroissement.
We must contain the almost automatic rise in spending, and that means effort. I'll spare you the calculation we've had on the table for a long time, but it comes to at least 40 billion euros.
De 40 milliards d'euros.
Online, the call has spread like wildfire. 2 grassroots groups, Indignons-nous and Les Essentiels, have become the driving force behind it. In the voices heard, the same anger keeps surfacing.
Un Français sur 6.
1 in 6 French people lives below the poverty line, and when they take to the streets to call for help, what is the state's response? On one side, boycotts and symbolic individual actions. On the other, roadblocks, protests, and strikes. Different tactics, but the same aim, to put a stop to it all. The demands echo those of the Yellow Vests. Wages, pensions, cost of living, along with direct criticism of the elites, with Emmanuel Macron clearly in the crosshairs. In this first call for September 10th, we see many of the same traits as the Yellow Vest movement. Its local character, its push for horizontal organization, social demands, and above all, the strong presence of former Yellow Vests who also identify with this appeal.
Beaucoup d'anciens gilets jaunes qui se reconnaissent aussi dans cet appel du 10 septembre.
Behind the scenes, unions and opposition parties are watching closely. Some warn of the risk of another social explosion, while others see an opportunity to unite against austerity. One thing is certain, September 10th could mark the most explosive political comeback of Emmanuel Macron's 5-year term.
From France to the Middle East, in Gaza, another night of terror has left families under rubble and hospitals overwhelmed. Survivors describe missile strikes, tank fire and forced evacuations, a relentless assault that spares no one. Melissa Lila Balaban once again with the latest development in the region.
These are the fragments of the missile that struck innocent civilians. It killed children and dozens of others. That is the testimony of a survivor who lost his entire family in the Zionist attack that tore through makeshift tents, sheltering displaced families. Another catastrophe, leaving no one spared. The Zionist army attacked us while we were asleep. The explosion jolted us awake, and suddenly we were surrounded by dead bodies. Inside overcrowded emergency wards, the scenes are unbearable. Wounded arrive by the dozens, the dead by the hundreds. Doctors and nurses are overwhelmed, forced to make impossible choices in the face of an unending flow of casualties. The Zionist army kept shelling us with tanks. They killed around 10 civilians. We didn't close our eyes all night. To the east of Gaza, smoke continues to rise from neighborhood after neighborhood, pounded by heavy bombardments. The army has ordered forced evacuations in several areas, a move locals fear signals a drive for full control. The bombings target refugee camps and homes without pause. We don't sleep, not at night, not during the day. Tank fire, missiles, explosions, they come from every direction. There is no escape. Another tragedy added to the long list of horrors endured by Palestinians. For Gaza, there is no pause between mourning one massacre and bracing for the next. Yet, beneath the rubble and the grief, there is still defiance. A people refusing to disappear, holding on to life itself, even as everything around them is shattered.
Still with international news, despite years of lobbying, Morocco faces a not diplomatic setback as this hurricane gains ground on the international stage, challenging Rabat attempts to stifle the voice of Western Sahara. Melissa Lila Balaman expounds.
A fresh diplomatic setback for Morocco. Despite intense lobbying, all of its attempts to sideline the Sahrawi cause from international forums have failed. Last year, a scandal broke out when Morocco's representative resorted to violence against his Sahrawi counterpart, a spectacle that exposed the true face of the Makhzen to the world. This time, in Yokohama, during TCAD 2025, the organizers ensured reinforced security for the Sahrawi delegation, led by the Prime Minister and Foreign Minister, clear evidence of Morocco's waning credibility. As a founding member of the Organization of African Unity, now the African Union. The Sahrawi Republic takes part in this Africa-Japan summit as a full and legitimate participant. Its presence reflects the resilience of a people fighting for their freedom and their undeniable right to self-determination. Today, the Sahrawi cause enjoys growing international support, increasing recognition within United Nations bodies, and wider media coverage. In Brazil, TV Comunitaria de Brasilia now airs a monthly program titled Sahara Livre, or Free Sahara, dedicated to covering developments on the issue and exposing Morocco's maneuvers.
Por isso, a Frente Polisário continuou a luta. Em 1976, no território liberado, foi proclamada.
Since 1976, the struggle for liberation has endured. In Japan, as elsewhere, the voice of Western Sahara refuses to be silenced. Despite Morocco's repeated efforts to erase it, the cause remains firmly anchored on the international stage.
Back to Algeria, the series of domestic news, a fresh boom for the energy sector in Algeria as the new projects were launched in Élysée following the inspection and working visit paid by the energy minister to this southern province, including a gas treatment plant and an electricity unit, in addition to an airport. These new facilities are likely to boost the local development and consolidate the national production. Still with domestic news, a mobile medical caravan was launched by the health minister along with the youth minister. This caravan will crisscross 17 provinces till the end of the current year with the aim of offering medical care treatment to civilians, notably those in isolated areas. This lofty initiative is backed by the high authorities of the country. Sports now. Mouloudia of Iran defeated ES Ben Aknoun with 2-1 in the opening game of the National Football Championship. The newcomer to the first league division, Ambi Reset, secured a good start after a 2-1 victory over GS Sauer. Let's follow the highlights of these two games.
النهايات وترسم الخواتيم. كرة للنجم بن عكنون، هنا الخطأ وهنا الهدف. 1-0 لنجم بن عكنون في وقت الحديث عن الهدف الأول في الدقيقة 53. على ما أعتقد أن الكرة مع عقيب إلى بوخلدة مجددا. هنا كرة في العمق، هذه الصعبة خطيرة. التعادل يأتي لمولودية طهران. الأبناء الحمر يعود. كيتر إلى جوجيل، ملعوبة ممتازة. هنا بوخلدة التسديد والهدف الثاني. يا له من هدف، يا له من هدف من بوخلدة اسيست وهدف ثاني، ولا اروع ولا اجمل ولا احلى.
زرقاء ومحاولة للزرقاء، يبحثون عن اول الاهداف داخل منطقة الجزاء. ارتدت وما زالت لجياسون. الزرقاء تحاول، الزرقاء تبادر داخل منطقة الجزاء.
A good start for the Azarqa, or the Blues, in the first league. With this, we come to the end of our news bulletin. Tomorrow, another day, other news. Keep tuning to our channel, and bye-bye for now.